writer. His name is John Boyne, and he's going to launch the festival. And he's very famous for many novels such as Mutiny on the Bounty, Crippen, and many more, and the iconic Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. So without further ado, I will hand you over to Mr. John Boyne, and you're welcome to ask questions, and thank you everybody.
Good morning. If I seem a little tired, I got up at 4:45 this morning and drove down from Dublin, so thank you. So I'll try to do my best. So I think I'm just going to talk for about sort of 10-15 minutes just about writing and what I do and what inspires me and so on. But let me just start by asking you a question. How many people here think who either are writing or would like to be writers in the future? Yeah? A few? How many people would like to make movies? How many people would like to be in movies? That's usually the way it goes. Well, I started writing very young. I started writing about the age of 7 or 8. When I was a kid, we didn't have the same number of distractions, I guess. We didn't have computers or DVDs or, keeping up with the Kardashians or anything like that. So, I spent a lot of time as a kid in the library. There was a library down the road from my house, and we used to get a half day from school every Wednesday. And my mum used to bring us down to the library, myself and my sisters. And going to the library every week was just really important to me. I loved getting lost in stories. I was a very quiet child, I think, and quite introverted. So reading about other people, reading about other worlds was something I enjoyed. But reading and writing were always completely connected to me. I never felt I could do one without doing the other. And so from a very young age, I started writing stories, usually taking characters from books I was reading and writing new stories for them, which is basically plagiarism. But when you're a kid, it's a good way of kind of learning how to write, because the characters are there and you're trying to learn how to write plots, how to write dialogue, how to write themes.
So please welcome Paul Barton. I met her on the 1st of August in the Shangri-La Hotel. She took me by the index finger and dropped me in her well. And that was a whirlpool. That was a whirlpool. And I very nearly drowned. "Take off your pants," she said to me. And I very nearly didn't. "Would you care to swim?" she said to me. And I hopped into the Irish Sea. That was a whirlpool. That was a whirlpool. And I very nearly drowned. On the way back, I fell in the field, and she fell down beside me. I'd have lain in the grass with her all my life, with Nessa. She was a whirlpool. She was a whirlpool. And I very nearly drowned. Nessa, my dear, Nessa, my dear, will you stay with me on the rocks? Will you come for me into the Irish Sea, and for me let your red hair down? And then we will ride into Dublin City in a taxi cab wrapped up in dust. You are a whirlpool. You are a whirlpool. And I am very nearly drowned.
Hi, my name is Nina Duggan and I'm in Listowel Writers Week. I'm from Mercy Mount Hawk Secondary School, Tralee, and I really enjoyed myself here. I never imagined it could be so great, and everyone in Listowel has been very kind and very generous.
My name is Sean McCarthy. I'm one of the organisers of the Operation Education, and it's the second year of the event. We're delighted with the numbers of students who've attended and with their participation in this particular programme. I think it's a model that's going to be of benefit to the students personally and to the education system.
Captain Lynch, please put your hands together. Hello, Elliot, can you hear me? Are you with me? All together said the bleeding hockey at Catherine Lynch. Hey.
There's a party full of fat frogs and there's coke all over the table. There's a man up with a liffey getting out with his able. There's a fight starting somewhere. There's a fella getting stabbed. There's cars doing handbrakers and two girls jumping a cab. There's twitchy bouncer hacks keeping an eye on the door. There's that poor lad in the jack stuck clean and puke off the floor. The city's getting locked and nobody cares. There's a slug going down and there's danger in the air. There's men drowned in money. There's girls who never bend. There's a beggar whispering honey, but that's nothing down his end. There's a gentle sound of heartbeats. There's alleys full of death. There's a man after your brother. There's a lightness to your breath. All these people hang round and everybody acting cool in the night time's fucking freezing, but don't let that fool you. There's a crackle to the city. There's a steam of dreams that rises and it gets behind your eyeballs and it kind of compromises the concrete, the shell, all the bits that sink to hell with it. There's another bit, a hoping bit, and it screams out, make a difference, cause the city's electricity, it shines in us. We're sparkling and love it, man, cause further out there's nothing, only darkness. So that's a poem. There you go.
Das med susegeren och fela är starten det här nere när hela för några bort allt det givart an tiliga hål kan talune kippin an chlayra. Jeda bydden loksho mahra kailig ma vahar. Fura salt from isni holdem clownus a drown di winil moran dulgashi. Ik smoor hok de jumbos, ik saan stron sherry. Hog monkel sailor breeze on port leash. Gormardi ag shanna van de himpish de sti. Ni lula shen an choka kol cahragil tamar vast reg pool agus is fucking fool o mar snow. Badam dula machig fiach na man. An tar na nag lacken num shed den num kalan. Gain grade sa tail. Le minta a hasa de geste glesh na swinta higligan na kudachte. Badam dula machig a fiach na man.
So with that, I'll hand you over to these very, very, very serious musicians. Enjoy it, and it's brilliant to see a full house here in Listowel, and you're all so welcome.
Well, I took a stroll on the old walk. Hey, and a little girl, and we stopped to talk on a fine soft day. She ran. What's a fella to do? When her hair was black and her eyes are blue.
very slow to ask anybody to follow the last act. But this is Stephanie Preisner.
That introduction there that was given sounds very impressive, like, you know. And I suppose like it is in a way, but also there's a lot more. That's just all the good stuff, like, you know. There's a lot of kind of bad stuff as well, which I'll get to. But anyway, so when I was asked to speak at this, I was really intimidated because like 400 or however many of you there are now, secondary school students, it's pretty intimidating. Like, again, only from myself, because I would have been the one like down the back of the room throwing things at me when I was in secondary school, and like texting on my phone and like just being really. I didn't really like school. I loved school actually. Sorry, I loved school, except the education part of it. Like, and I did pretty well in terms like. I just did well enough to keep under the radar of the teachers, but like I distracted everyone else and I was always leaving early, you know. And in transition year, are you guys transition year or fifth year or what? Oh, that's very clear. Very clear. Anyway, when I was where you are, we were asked to fill out what we wanted to do in our CAO, do you know? And or a career guidance teacher, and we had a career guidance teacher who had so many issues. Like most of them were psychological. She was a full-blown psychopath, like, and God bless her. I don't know if she's still doing it now, but she just looked at your favorite subject and then told you that's like. So there's a girl who was really good at maths, so she obviously was going to be like an architect or something with angles, and there was a girl who was good at English, so she was going to be a teacher. We were all just going to be teachers, lawyers, or architects. And I had no interest in any of that. So I told her I wanted to be an actor. She told me I was too fat to be an actor. So I said, grand, that's fine. I don't care what you say, I'm going to do it anyway. And then I told her I wanted to be a writer later on. She said, oh, you're not good enough at English to be a writer. And granted, in English, I did fob off the opening of one of Stephen King's novels as one of my essays, and I was always just, you know, just plagiarising things, like being like, oh, I really like that chapter of a book, I learn it off and write it out, and sure, that like your English teachers know those books, like even if I was reading something more off the wall than Stephen King, like, but anyway, so this is going on, and I got a B in English in my leaving cert, and I thought that's it. Like I can't be a writer. Obviously, writers are like super good at English, and actors are like beautiful people who have got beautiful bodies. Anyway, so I went and I did drama and theatre studies in university, and I was diagnosed with depression when I was in university. I found it really tough, and I went on to train as an actor. And it is difficult to be an actor, and with my shape and my height and my size and the colour of my hair and how my accent is, there's only a certain amount of roles that I can do. And so when I graduated from acting school, no one was ringing me for acting jobs. I thought Steven Spielberg would ring me up like, you know, and be like, oh, I have the perfect role for you. That didn't happen anyway, and so I decided that the only way to make writing work, or to make a job for myself as an actor, was to write my own stuff. So in 2007, I was 19, and I was asked to write a play, and I started to write it with this guy who was a dramaturg, which is basically like an audience for a play before there is an audience. So he reads it and goes like, I don't know what you're talking about there, and that's a bit boring, and this kind of stuff, before there's an audience.
Did I enjoy Operation Education today? Yes, I definitely did. For me, the best part of the day was the young poets, especially Seamus Sullivan, who spoke about his town in Listowel and where he grew up, and he incorporated Irish in as well, which made it like more modern and we could really relate to it.
Did I enjoy Operation Education? Yes, I did. I had a lovely time in Operation Education. My name is Emma Gleeson and I'm a student in Presentation Secondary School Listowel. It was a great experience and a lovely break from the classroom. The poets were very interesting. In particular, Seamus O'Sullivan, who spoke about Listowel, and we could very much relate to the Listowel. We had a lovely time touring Listowel and seeing all the other people our age having fun here as well.
Hi, my name is Tamara Kirby from Presentation Secondary School in Listowel.
Hi, my name is Ciara Fitzell and I'm also from Presentation Secondary School Listowel.
I had a really good time here today. My favourite part was when the television personality Catherine Lynch arrived. She was really funny.
My favourite part of today was doing the quiz and scavenger hunt with all the young people. It was really great to see everyone exploring our town and getting to know things about it, and really had an enjoyable experience.
And I'd recommend this to all young people all over Ireland.
And I second that.